Hi everyone, good evening. Thanks so much for coming down. Apologies for the slightly late start, but we are good to go now. Just a little bit of introductory stuff before we do. So welcome to the University of Cambridge this evening for this evening's event hosted by the Faculty of Divinity, bringing former world champion, middleweight and super-middleweight champion, Christopher Livingston Eubank Sr. to Cambridge to discuss his life and faith, Rastafari and sport, and conversation with myself, Dr Joseph Powell. Just a little housekeeping alert. First off, if there is a fire alarm, it is real. There is no fire drill planned. Please make your way out the front door that you just came into, and we'll congregate outside there. So to give you a little bit of background on a man that needs very little background, Christopher is a British former world champion professional boxer who held the WBO Middleweight and Super-Middleweight titles, scoring victories over 6 world champions. He remained a world champion for over 5 years, undefeated in his first 10 years as a professional, and remained undefeated at middleweight, winning 19 of 24 world championship fights. His world title contest against fellow Britons Nigel, Benn and Michael Watson created a golden era in the 1990s, with Eubank's eccentric personality making him one of the most recognisable celebrities of the period. While Christopher grew up primarily in London and Jamaica, it was at the age of 16, after he was sent to the Bronx, New York, that he first took up boxing. Since his retirement from boxing, Christopher has been an acclaimed and internationally recognised speaker, and last year launched the Cool Chris Eubank podcast. In recent years, Christopher has faced profound loss. His son Sebastian passed away at the age of 29, and more recently his brother Simon also passed away. He has since taken on the role of mentor and father figure to his nephew Harlem, Simon's son, who has also embraced the Eubank boxing legacy. Christopher describes the bond with Harlem as one forged by divine intervention, seeing it as a spiritual connection that has brought new purpose and strength to his life. As Harlem prepares for his fights, he provides guidance and wisdom, helping his nephew navigate not only the challenges of the ring, but also the complexities of life and the public eye. In April this year, Christopher stood ringside as his son, Chris Eubank Jr., fought Conor Benn, son of old adversary Nigel, in a bout that turned heads around the world. Speaking after Chris Jr.'s victory, he described that during the last round, he was watching on shouting, "Rastafari, lick him up, Rastafari," invoking the power of the Almighty in his familial quest for glory. Talk before the fight centred around a rift between father and son, but in the ring immediately after, Chris Sr. put it that he was always going to be there. That's right, Rastafari. These moments captured the attention of many who wondered what attachment simply the best had with the Rastafari movement. Here tonight, Chris discusses his connections with Rastafari and how faith has proved an integral rock in his journey through life, fame, and sporting triumph. This evening, Chris will be in conversation, sharing reflections, videos, and clips from his life, which speak to his spiritual journey. This will run for around 40 to 50 minutes before we then move to take some questions from the audience. Questions tonight must be related to tonight's events. Any from beyond tonight's event won't be answered. So, utmost thanks for coming down this evening. If we could please give our guest this evening, Christopher Livingston Eubank, a warm round of applause.
Today, we need a special kind of courage, not the kind needed in battle, but a kind which makes us stand up for everything that we know is right, everything that is true and honest. It has always been easy to hate and destroy. To build and to cherish is much more difficult. I cannot lead you into battle. I do not give you laws or administer justice, but I can do something else. I can give you my heart. We can set an example to the world which will encourage upright people everywhere. I would like to read you a few lines from Pilgrim's Progress. Though with great difficulty I am got hither, yet now I do not repent me of all the trouble I have been at to arrive where I am. My sword I give to him that shall succeed me in my pilgrimage, and my courage and skill to him that can get it. My marks and scars I carry with me, to be a witness for me, that I have fought his battle, who now will be my rewarder.
Silent King. It is extremely warm here. So let me see how I'm going to do this. Okay. Okay. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge, my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all of thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion, and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet. Because He hath set His love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and shew him my salvation. Psalms 91. That's God's protection. Rastafari. Let me tell you about the soul. I am neither ego nor reason. I am neither mind nor thought. I cannot be heard or cast into thought, nor by sight or smell ever caught. In light and wind I am not found, nor yet in earth and sky. Consciousness and joy incarnate, bliss of the blissful am I. I have no name, I have no life, I breathe no vital air. No elements have molded me, no bodily sheath is my lair. I have no speech, no hands, no feet, no means of evolution. Consciousness and joy am I, and bliss in disillusion. I cast aside hatred and passion. I conquered delusion and greed. No touch of pride caressed me, so envy never did breed. Beyond all faiths, past reach of wealth, past freedom, past desire, consciousness and joy am I, and bliss is my attire. Virtue and vice, nor pleasure and pain, are not my heritage, nor sacred texts, nor offerings, nor prayers, nor pilgrimage. I am neither food nor eating, nor yet the eater am I. Consciousness and joy incarnate, bliss of the blissful am I. I have no misgivings of death, no chasms of race divides me. No parent ever called me child, no bond of birth did tie me. I am neither disciple nor master, I have no kin, no friend. Consciousness and joy am I, and merging with bliss is my end. Neither knowable, knowledge, nor knower am I. formless is my form. I dwell within the senses, but there is not my home. Ever serenely balanced, neither free nor bound, consciousness and joy am I, and bliss is where I'm found. Rastafari. Okay. That's who I am. I can no longer tell whether it is the Lord or whether it is the ego, Chris Eubank. I can't tell anymore. So I've kind of left the planet, if you will. I'm not telling you any jokes. You see, look, after you make world champion, I mean, I suppose if you have intelligence, once you achieve one thing, you're supposed to use it and branch out and up to another. Isn't this correct? So after world champion, you know, in the world they talk to you about here, there's nowhere else to go. It's filled with mess, gluttony, sloth, envy, greed, pride. That's what's out there. And infantile minds. Well, I didn't want that. Why? Because I was born to a mother who was a Pentecost. So I expected to be speaking to a darker hue of people here today. However, it's good, because the spirit doesn't know color. And the spirit is who you are speaking to. The spirit is who you are listening to. It isn't me. It isn't ego. So this really is going to it's going to become coincidental. That's a good word. It's the way in which the Lord remains anonymous. It's the way in which the heavenly creator remains anonymous. So as I was saying, you reach one plateau and you're supposed to use it to branch out and achieve something higher. There isn't much higher than being world champion, trust me. Yeah. Everybody respects the fighter, the warrior. Okay. Yeah, everyone respects the warrior so long as the warrior is a gentleman. If the warrior is the best the world has ever seen, but a bully, and pushes people around and is not concerned for the way in which he measures people, then no. You'll not have the respect. Let me change respect. You'll not have the hearts of that person or the people. You have to be a gentle man. So, reaching for, so what over and above being world champion? It's the Lord. It's the God Almighty. It is the El Shaddai. It is the born again. What is being born again? The renewal of your mind. It's dying to the rubbish. It's dying to the lust, dying to the money, dying to the trappings. Now, when you do this, what you'll come to love is the fact that you are spiritually aware, you're enlightened, and you have a new understanding. So this is what I've been doing. This is the journey I've been on. When they say Chris Eubank is crazy, I fully accept this. Normal people can't do this. You have to be crazy. On your spiritual journey, imagine that the divine providence has you in a position where if people knew of your physical condition, they would force you to go to the hospital. You go to the hospital, they'll kill you. Because they'll kill you because they will fix something and there's nothing wrong. You're being tested. And in fact, in everything you do, you are being tested to see whether you can be one of the chosen. I went for gold. Yeah, chosen I am, for sure. But I wanted more than that. So I've been striving and I've been suffering. But the suffering has been sweet because I know the prize. And I have it. I have it. I do, I have it. So when I talk to you of Song of the Soul, I'm speaking about that which lives within. When I talk about Psalms 91, the protection of the Lord, no one can touch me. Nobody can touch me. Well, okay, so let's look at ego. No one can touch me because I am this Rastafari. I want to be touched, but when I say touched, I mean touch the Spirit, touch the love of Christ, because that's what Rastafari means. I must have called Jesus Christ today a good 40 times. But what they heard was Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Yo, Chris, Rastafari, Rastafari. It's code. It's our code for how we say Christ Jesus. Okay. Pentecost. Okay, this is a movement within Christianity that deals with spirituality. You know, a direct contact with the divine, which is evidenced by speaking in tongues and other spiritual gifts. This is what my mother brought me up in. She was an angel. So who our parents birthed was the soul rebels. So when you hear Bob Marley, you're listening to a soul rebel. When you look at Peter Tosh, when you look at Rastafari, Rasta, we are soul rebels. So we are militant. We don't want to be pushed around by what they call Babylon or the systems. The governmental systems. We don't want to be pushed around, so we're militant. Okay. So this is who our mothers birthed in Jamaica. Jamaica. How did you not see that before now? How? It's so obvious, it's elusive, you can't see it. Who's the Israelite? Who's the Jew? Who's the Jew? You think it's these Germans? Okay. I see someone laughing out there. That's right, laugh it up. That's your fiddle. That's what you do. You laugh when it's the truth, not when it's funny. That wasn't funny, that was the truth. Revelation, chapter 3, verse 9. Do I tell you this, or do you just want to look it up? Because if I tell you, yeah. What did I say? What was the chapter? 3? 9, verse 9? What book? Rastafari. That's right. I will force those who belong to the synagogue of Satan, those liars who say they are Jews but are not, to come and bow down at my feet, and they will acknowledge that God has loved Wedemniam Rastafari. I can't tell you how controversial that is. That's controversial beyond, because no one's talking about it. Yeah. Ade Jumia Kanya Lopan. What did I just say? What did I just say? Ade Jumia Khan, the Jew, the Jamaican. Oh, so obvious you couldn't see it, huh? Scary, right? Scary, right? Yeah. But you can say, oh, well, it's just a coincidence, which is exactly how the Lord remains anonymous, remember? Okay, so I've knocked out whoever needed to be knocked out, they're out. They're sleeping. So we can carry on moving on in a nonchalant, in a calm, and I'll sit and I'll.
Thank you very much, Christopher. Really appreciate it. So you touched on a bit of your background there, which was very helpful. You were born in the UK, you moved to Jamaica as a young boy. Was it in Jamaica that you had your first encounters with Rastafari? Is that when you first started hearing this word and seeing?
We are. Encounter, we are.
Rastafari communities and...
Yeah, again, you're giving a name, you're putting a name on something that we are. I didn't try to be this.
Of course.
Yes, there are...
there are those who identify as Rastafari.
Yes, and they have these ways, and the chanting, and may I just Rasta? I went away for 40 years. Went to New York. When I came back to my people here in London, there in London, I couldn't be with them. I was at work, making all the mistakes that I had to make in order to learn, so I could tell you what you need to know. This system, you know what it is. If you know anything about Rasta, then you know what it is. I'm successful because I refuse to look out of myself. Why can't I? I looked at Thomas Hands, if you've ever heard this name. I looked at him as a 17-year-old, Madison Square Garden, shoulders out here, a waist like this, everyone asking for autographs. And I'm saying to myself, okay, well, I don't get it. If you can do it, then why can't I? So do you see the mind that I had? Not to look out and say, oh, wow. Wow If he can have it, then why can't I? When he gets up in the morning, he has to go to the bathroom just like me. He has to brush his teeth just like me. He bleeds just like me. He feels just like me. If he can do it, then why can't I? I can. And so I will. So the law of attraction, ladies and gentlemen, is based on Rastafari, or Jesus Christ, or Christ. The law of attraction which we talk about today, manifest, it's all Christ. It's all, hear me good, it's all you. It's you. When you hear the preacher say, do it through, I'm the intercessor. No. Tell him to go away. Tell him to go away. No. It's not through him. It's through you directly. It's spiritual. Look at the Pentecost. Okay? It's a direct link. You're linking to the Father. Study. When I say study, there's a dictionary. Egypt. When you see the word Egypt in the Bible, what does it mean? Are they talking about a place? Mostly, are they talking about the place? Mostly, is Christ talking about a place? No. He's talking about bondage. So if you look words up, you'll see the meaning of them, then you'll get an understanding of what acronym, basic, instructions, BI, before, B, L, leaving, earth, E, Bible. Study this book, study it. Don't let them turn you away from it, because your salvation from ruin is all in there. No man will stand against you as long as you live. For I will be with you as I was with Moses. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Study this book of instruction continually. Meditate on it day and night, so that you will be sure to obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do. This is my command. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1, chapter 1 to 9, verse 9 to verse 9. It's all there. It's right in front of you, and there's nothing more fascinating. As I said, I got to world champion. Well, what now? Hold on a minute. Okay, I won the world championship 12 hours ago. And so what? The novelty wore off after 12 hours because I was still Chris. I was still me. Oh, obviously I had a great story to tell. I didn't think much of myself because that's what society does. Yeah, just, don't be too, shrink a little bit so you don't make people feel uncomfortable. Don't do that. We are all powerful beings. Our deepest fear isn't that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear should be that we are powerful beyond measure. For you see, it is our light, not our darkness, that should most frighten us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, talented, fabulous, and gorgeous? Well, actually, who are you not to be? After all, you see, you are a child of God. The world will not be served by your playing small. There isn't anything enlightening about shrinking, so others around you won't feel insecure. For you see, we were born to make manifest the glory of God which is within us. And when we let our own light shine, we unconsciously allow others to do the same. And in liberating ourselves from our own fears, our presence will automatically liberate others. You are a superstar. We are all superstars, but you have to believe in yourself. Yourself is called Christ. I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. No one comes to my Father. Let me rephrase. No one comes to the Father except through me. This is what you're saying. You are the king. When you shrink, oh, well, I don't want these people to feel uncomfortable, so let me just tone it down a bit. Don't do that. You're doing me a disservice. I want to see your light. Light. I have come as light into the world so that everyone who believed in me should not remain in the darkness. I do not judge anyone who hears my words and does not keep them. For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. The one who rejects me and does not receive my word has a judge. On the last day, the words I have spoken will serve as judge. For I have not spoken on mine own authority, but the Father who sent me has himself given me a commandment about what to say and what to speak. And I know that his commandment is eternal life. Eternal. What I speak, therefore, I speak just as the Father has told me. These are scriptures. I'm as I said, I can't tell whether it's me or the Father. That's how close I am to the Christ. I'm so close, even in my name. Rastafari. You think I joke? I'm a run joke.
So for you then, the term Rastafari means Christ, Jesus Christ, the person? Or does it mean a broader...
Yes, the person.
Right.
Yes.
So how does Haile Selassie figure into your rendering of Rastafari?
He was the first incarnate. He was the first physical man to be carrying the Spirit.
Haile Selassie?
Yes.
So he was the first, Jesus wasn't the first?
In spirit.
Right.
He who sees me, you don't see me, you see him who sent me. The Spirit is in. So Haile Selassie, I carried the Spirit of Christ. In politics, if you go into politics, they kill you, which is, okay? You are Rasta. I am the Israelite. I'm not speaking on mine own authority, but the Father who sent me has given me, he's given me the, he's given me the tools, he's given me the mind to speak on his behalf. As you all have the same power.
So what would you say then to Rastafari who criticize Christianity as a colonial imposition, oppressive, the Bible as a tool of oppression? What would you say to them?
If you're criticizing, you've missed a trick. Everything's a test. Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. Forgive. 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 You can't move forward unless you forgive. We can't move forward unless we forgive. Right the way through my career, if those who are here who are old enough to remember how they slandered me continuously, right the way through my championship years, never did you hear me use bad language. Never did you see me attack them. And I'm talking about verbally. Physically is impossible, can't do that. I'm not a fool, you see. I'm a gentle soul. The point I'm making is, why would I fight ignorance? What I do with ignorance is I move around it, go over it. I evade it. Don't have time for that. I'm an apostle. I've been sent to do a job on a mission. And that mission is always using the personality of the Christ. When have you heard me use bad language? So what is Christ? Christ is love. So it's objectivity. Christ is objectivity. So you go back, you say, well, Eubank can't really work it out. Is he a show-off? I've never seen him really boasting. He says he's a showman, and that was some type of show, especially the last one at Tottenham Hotspurs. I stepped out of that car and people nearly wet themselves. Hey, listen. If it was down to my ego, if it was down to, see, you've got two people inside of you. You have the negative and the positive. You have the devil, which is the negative, and God, good, which is the positive. If it was down to, if I didn't have God in me, I wouldn't have gone to the fight. My son has done some unforgivable things. Unforgivable in this dimension. In the dimension of God, you have to forgive, and you have to forgive instantly. So when it came to me, you've got to remember, the Lord was setting me up. So on the night before the fight, the Lord said, hey, yeah, sorry, guy, get up and get yourself sorted, get down there, work it out. But he was working it out. Because when I stepped out of that car, I had nothing to do with the orchestration of that. Nothing to do with the timing, nothing to do with the setup. The only thing I asked my son for is for him to play a record called I'll Overcome. The Lord did everything else. What happened there is almost like it instantly ignited and injected a brand new Christopher Livingston Eubank. See, I couldn't see that. I got out of the car, and every father, so every man who has a son, can relate. So I've got these beer-belly big guys like this, geezers, and they're crying because they've had a relationship with their father. You see? You see how the Lord works? I am not that clever. You want me to say to you? Hear what I say to you. I am not that clever. Okay. I can keep on going for some months on stories. It's a wonderful thing when you've been put through the mill. The Lord doesn't play. You've got to be strong. The term I grew up with in the Rasta community, it named weak heart. Weak heart. I was afraid of that. I would never be a weak heart. I would always do the right thing. Always. Will always do the right thing because I'm being watched. I didn't know I was being watched by the Father.
Well, I wanted to ask you, you obviously became quite a prominent voice in the anti-war movement in the mid-noughties, protesting against the Iraq War. Famously, you drove your truck to Downing Street with those messages on it. Is that something that comes from what you were just talking about, from having that kind of innate desire to challenge bullies, if you've spoken about, and put yourself on the right side of morality and the right side of history? Is that where that came from?
Of course.
Did that come from? Is there a Rastafari root there as well? Is there an anti-imperial?
You're saying Rasta, okay? The people here generally, I don't believe, know Rasta. So you can say Christ because it's the same thing.
It's not the same thing to everyone, though, is it?
Well, I'm the one. Why did I come here? Why did I come here?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, let me see how I put this. I have the authority to be telling you this. Mm-hmm. Did I say something funny? Mm-hmm. I have the authority to tell you this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The country in Africa that hasn't been imperialized is Ethiopia. The oldest church in the world is in Ethiopia. The church is the Church of Christ. Mm.
That's what I wonder, is that the anti-imperial foundation that's very prominent in Rastafari, was that an influence on your anti-war?
Of course, yeah. Well, it's truth, and just remember, again, you see me here talking, right? I've got my jodhpurs on. Hey guys, thank you. Okay, you know, I recite some poetry. All points to me, or who's inside of me, I should say. But it's not me. There's no ego here. You're looking at the spirit. Told you, I can't tell which is which, the human or the spirit. So what I'm saying to you, it isn't me talking. So, you know, while I'm here, pick my brains. Ask me the question. Somehow I know the answer. I don't know how I know. I just know. The term they give that is omniscience. I don't know. It's not me. I didn't go to in school as a kid. I didn't understand working out this historical fact or this science thing, or I didn't understand that because there were kids being bullied around me. My entire childhood was about protecting kids who were being bullied. So I'm not educated, but I'm educated. I'm educated in truth. Truth. What's going on in Palestine? Aren't we ashamed? Aren't we ashamed, huh? We're ashamed. That we can have this happening on our doorstep and we're alive. It's what, you know, and we vote these people into power in this game they put us in. And they support these countries with ammunition. Munitions. I've never understood. You've got a cabinet of people here and a cabinet of people in this country, and the two have a disagreement, and then they buy munitions. And the munitions are not for the few hundred who live, who stays in these houses of parliament. The munitions kill the people. How do we let that happen? Why am I sweating? Oh, it's hot. I remember now. I told you when I first came in, it's really hot in here.
It's incredibly hot. I wanted to ask you, because connected to that point, you know, you've spoken in the past about being a proud Englishman, about being proud to be British. We obviously had in your intro video the Queen speaking,
yes.
And you appeared at the Queen's Jubilee last
Oh,
Jubilee.
Yes.
Do you see a conflict at all between, you know, the anti-imperialism that you've advocated before and support for the royal family at all?
Huh.
Do you see them implicated in things like...
Where did it come? Why are you saying the royal family? Because I talk about the Queen Elizabeth II.
Specifically.
No one else.
Right.
Right, yeah. My mother left. See, the spirit world had her leave so that I wouldn't have the comfort of the mother, so I could go out there and learn what I needed to learn in order to teach you what you need to know. And when I say teach you, I'm talking about the 5-year-olds to the 92-year-olds. It's what I do. That's why they swore me in a court of law in Louisiana. That's right. I'm in a ramp. Oh, I don't play. I don't play. This is real. Life is not a rehearsal. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. You have to be real. You have to be upfront. You have to be courageous. You have to use that God who is inside of you. He's always with you, the force is always with you. It will never let you down. Nature or the Lord never allows you to fall on your face. Never. Trust me on this. Don't waste your lives. I know what it is to have the riches. I know what it is to have everything that I want, all the foolish things I did. It's a waste of your time. And if you should lose your life, you're coming back. I don't want to get into that, but you're coming back. But you're coming back at the same vibration. You're not coming back better or lesser, just the same. So get it right this time. Find the Christ now. Live in heaven now. I was looking for, my tissue. Yeah.
When you say we're coming back, do you mean some kind of reincarnation? Or?
Some kind of course.
Yeah? On this earth?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So can we ascend to heaven? Does that
Say again?
Can we ascend to heaven? Does that happen at some point?
You're in heaven.
We're in heaven now.
You're in heaven. The prophet, who I refer to as prophet, who is Bob Marley, tells you in his directions. He tells you in his words. If you're looking for heaven in the sky, you're wasting your time. Heaven is here. Heaven is here. I live in watch, I know. I walk in and I have a rapturous applause. So I had to work for that. I worked. You saw what I did. And it wasn't even the winning, it was the humility in losing. It was the humility in speaking. Not being boastful. Again, the Christ personality. Did I say before? We're patient, we're kind, we don't envy, we don't boast. We're not proud, we're not rude, we're not self-seeking, we're not easily angered, and we keep no record of wrongs. There isn't a better personality on the planet than someone who is walking with these virtues. And I'm living proof, because you can't compare another personality to me. And again, I'm not boasting because it's not me. It's not. I can't take credit for it. I'm using. I read. I read. 1 minute.
Sure.
If I get excited, let me tell you. All right. Imagine I'm reading. The objectivity. It says as follows: if I speak in the tongues of man and of angels, but have not love, I would be but a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, if I have a faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I would be nothing. If I gave all I possessed to the poor and surrendered my body to the flames, but had not love, I would gain nothing. For you see, love is patient, love is kind. It doesn't envy, it doesn't boast, it isn't proud, it isn't rude, it isn't self-seeking, it isn't easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. Rastafari. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away, for we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, and I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now you can see only a poor reflection, as you would do in a mirror, then you shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. When I go into these debates, I go on television years and years, and I have these people trying to trip me up and trying to trick me and trying to... And it's never me speaking, it's always the Christ inside of me, the personality of the Christ. That's who's speaking. And I'm trying not to do scripture, but I can't help it because it's real. It says, I take every thought captive and make it obedient to the Christ. You hear that? I take every thought captive and make it obedient to the Christ. Obedient to the Christ. No envy, no boasting, no... Do you understand? So I go on TV today and I hear constantly, the man's TV gold. So, when I was watching as a kid, Ronnie Barker, if you know the name, when I was watching Sid James, when I was watching all the black and white movies back in the 50s that I look back at, all of these things were steering me and teaching me. And I didn't know it was all to strengthen me in order to tell you what you need to know. You are the power.
Yeah, we're just moving towards the question segment. But
Can I just...
Sure, of course, please.
The first commandment, Rastafari, I talk to you. So the first commandment, thou shalt not have any other gods before me. There's no intercessor. There's no person between you and God. You are reading this. You're reading, thou shalt not have any other gods before me. So let me see. I really want this. Maybe he can help me. As soon as you go to him, you've put another God in front of the Lord. You got to rely on self. So what is that? That's manifesting. There's patience with this. I won't go through Psalms 27, but the 13th verse tells you this. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Wait, I say, on the Lord. I can't tell anymore. I can't tell whether... Where's that Chris Eubank gone? Where is he gone? I can't tell anymore. That's where you want to get to. That is the championship. Remember, say, I'm me tell you. Remember, it's me telling you this. You are the champion. How do you get to you? You've got to block out everything that society, which is based on greed and envy, you've got to put all of that behind you. Put it underneath your feet. No, concentrate on you. Study that book. Let me talk to you about the book for 1 minute. The book. The book is spiritual. So when you open it, you don't know this, but it's not you opening it. And there's something in that page for you that will steer you and aid you. It's a spiritual book. It is also a book of metaphysics. So metaphysics is abstract theory with no basis in reality. So it looks mad, but it works. It's quantum leaping. I'm a champion of the world at 14 years old. Obviously, I won it at 24. Here I went. I was 14 years old. I was looking in the mirror in Yastford Hall School in North Wales, and I was 14 years old, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna prove my brothers wrong, man. I'm gonna become a boxer like they are, and I'm gonna have them respect me. Yeah, man. I was feeling. Feeling is the secret. When you feel, it goes into your subconscious. Your subconscious is God. And it brings it back to you. 10 years later, I was world champion. It is real. As opposed to the promises that society gives you and the governments give you. It's hot in here, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll open the floor up to questions very shortly. I just have one quick question for you, though. I've seen conversations, including your life stories with Piers Morgan.
Yes.
He asked you about cannabis.
Yes.
Cannabis is central to worship for some Rastafari communities and some Rastafari individuals. I just wanted to know if you yourself are an advocate for cannabis legalization and cannabis liberalization in this country.
Yes.
Yeah?
It already is. I ordered some today for my brother.
From where?
Did I say something funny?
It's not legal, though, of course, at present.
Say again?
It's not legal at present.
It is legal.
Cannabis?
Yes.
In what form?
I can show you the script.
Yeah, okay.
I promise you, surely you know this.
Well, it can be ordered, of course, but it can't be ordered legally as far as I'm aware. It can't be ordered legally as far as I'm aware.
What?
Are you talking about CBD or something else?
No,
or?
I'm talking about marijuana is legal.
In this country?
Oh, what did this man here? Oh, sorry. What's wrong with this?
There's the lawyers in the house. Ciao.
Huh?
Fair enough, okay, fine. Well, we'll open the floor to questions.
Oh, hold on. So, remember, we're all lords. So the Lord gives him information and he checks with someone else.
My esteemed legal colleague in the corner over here, yes.
I want a blood clot to this brother. Okay. Who thinks I swore just then? Oh, no, what? No, okay, good. No, I didn't swear. But you thought you're putting your hands up? Huh? I did. What did I say? Okay, so but listen. See, Jamaica, Jew maker. We don't have bad language in our society. The royal priests, we don't use bad language. So who could have fooled you to make you think that blood cloth is bad language? Who could have fooled you? Blood cloth? When I say move your blood cloth away from me, is that bad language? No, it's not. It's not bad language. It is
some disagreement from the
It is the Lord's language. And no one, and please, if there is someone who can convince me otherwise, then do so. I'm a learned man. I'm willing to actually bow if you can tell me I'm wrong. Rotted. It sounds like that could be bad. No. Rotted, no. Rasclad, no. Bomberclad, no. It is not bad language. Bum is the woman, bo is the man, cloth is the material. Remember, say Rastafari, I tell you. Yeah, man.
Thank you, Chris. We've got about 9, 10, 15 minutes for some questions. Does anyone want to stick your hand up first? Yes, you here in the front row. Do we have some microphones? Thank you, Peter. 1 second, sorry. I'll just get a microphone to you. Thank you. Is that one okay?
Yeah, so thank you so much for today. It's a pleasure to see you in person. I guess I'm asking this side and the spirit side, so you can give me two answers. But what's your song from the human side that you enjoy? What's your spirit Bob Marley song that kind of speaks the kind of message that you find in those songs? Yeah.
The chapel, Selassie Chapel. When I hear that, that's my ancestors speaking in me. Huh? That's my ancestors speaking in me. So any music you can... Oh, let me tell you this. This arrived yesterday because you're always being downloaded this wisdom. Okay. Rat race. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. So to me that meant, okay, all right, so, go back to Africa because the wealth is there, okay? How can you, and I've said to Africans, I say, hey, go back to Africa where you have love. People love you there. They don't look at you as though you're an alien there. And the wealth is there. It's the wealth from there that has built Europe. Yeah. So in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. The fool is here, slaving away in the job. Okay. That's one of the ways to look at this term. So the new one came yesterday. Listen to this. Oh, wow. Okay. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. So you've heard of Gideon's Bible, yeah? So mostly every hotel you go to, you'll find the Bible in the drawer. Okay. The Bible. The Bible is the water. Yes. But you wouldn't see it because, we are blinded. We're blinded. It's so obvious you can't see. Remember, I told you Joshua chapter 1 up to verse 9. Study this book of instruction continually. Meditate on it day and night, so that you will obey everything written in it. Only then will you prosper and succeed in all you do. Rastafari. Yeah.
Fabulous. Thank you.
It's right in front of us, but we can't see because we're looking at, oh, I like that jacket, and oh, I want to go to that premiere, and I want to be invited to that party, and oh, I want... Okay, please. Please.
Yes, sir. Can you get the microphone over? That's it. Thank you. Just pass it on. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. My name is Spencer. I'm the president of the Cambridge University Amateur Boxing Club.
All right.
So we've got about 20 competitive boxers here. I'm sure we're all very grateful to see you here. My question is on a more practical side. So before you step into the ring, what goes on in your mind when you know that you're going out there possibly hurting someone really badly, and how does that conflict or with the spirituality and beliefs?
You can't have that in your mind. And I don't dislike you. In fact, I respect you and I like you. And I like you a lot because I respect the fact that you can do this. I know what it takes to do this. So I'm not looking at you in any negative way. Right, okay, remember, it is a game. In the first 3 minutes, if I hit you with 20 jabs and you hit me with 19 jabs, I've won the round. The one who has the most points at the end of the contest is so able to raise their standard on the warrior's ladder, ego, and. You see? No, I mean, I fought Michael Watson. I didn't go in there to hurt him like that. Did you see this Piers Morgan show I did? He asked me about Michael. Michael's in the audience, and I burst out crying. I burst out crying because that's not what I don't dislike you. You're my brother. These men are my brothers. You know, we are the standard bearers. We are the guys steering the community at large. Yeah, no, if you're going in there with negative on your mind about your opponent, you may not lose the fight, but you're not going to have a career. You have to be objective. Respect your opponent. This is the noble art. How can I not love you when, other people outside of this vocation, they will not dare get into a ring. Why? Because they don't have the courage to. So how can I not respect and love you? Only few can do this. At the same time, I put no one down. I'm not putting anyone down. I'm saying to you, you have those who want to, I'm that one. I wanted my brothers, I wanted their respect. I wasn't gonna get it by being able to dance. I can dance, and everyone loves it when I dance. I love it when I dance. But it's not going to win you the hearts of the people. What the people have to see is you in a fight where you're having your life taken away from you, but you refuse to quit. When they turn the TV off, they say, boy, I don't just like that man, I love that man. That's why you are respected in boxing. You get to the top, you're respected by the politicians and the people who are locked up in jail for the most heinous crimes. And everyone between will respect you if you carry yourself as a gentleman. I'm living proof. Did you hear that? I hope you got that on tape. That applause when I came in, I nearly fell down, man. Oh, wow.
Do we have a question around here somewhere?
Please.
Yes?
Strikes me as a place where we hear the phrase in the zone a lot, and it feels like it's got a borderline spiritual experience that people are describing. Were you already having these sort of spiritual experiences during those years?
Yeah.
And is it something you're now describing, you barely know the difference between you and your right? What age did that kick in?
I'm going to say 16, because I remember the first time I went, I left my boxing gym, Westchester Avenue, and I went to the McDonald's, and I was buying something, and the guy behind the till had an issue with me, and he said something, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna come and deal with you. And it was then, the first time, because there were people, everyone was kind of looking at the situation that was brewing. And I remember, because they were looking, I remembered this, how I was standing. Spirit. You know, the mind, which is the surface mind, what do you want to do? Spirit. And I remember, oh boy, I was ready, I was switched in. And that's how I fought all my, go back, you got my early fights. Always, that's the warrior, that's the Christ. You know, the Christ doesn't say like this, okay guys, we're gonna have a good night tonight. Okay, thank you. It doesn't do that. Getting into the getting into the zone. When you put on that cloak, you're beautiful. And you are impregnable. Yeah. And even when you lose, you win. You understand? Yeah. Especially if you have on top of that humility. When you lose, you praise your opponent. Especially if you've been robbed. Praise your opponent. Because everything is a test. Everything is a test. And you can make such good opportunities for yourself if you take the negative things which happen and be positive about them. Because the Lord who lives within is listening and watching you, everything you do. You will be responsible for where you end up in everything. It is down to you, it's down to the way you think. When you think, it materializes. Thought. The fact that you can think proves that you are God. You can make things with your imagination. Because if you can see it in your mind's eye, you can bring it to you. This chair here, someone had to think of it. It proves you're God. So start thinking, start imagining. Your imagination is the Christ. Use it. Pray to have more wisdom. Pray for more wisdom. Because when you ask the Lord, He'll give it to you. Remember, you have to stay within the rules. What is adultery? Adultery isn't the act, it is the thought. I see a woman walking towards me, she recognizes it's Chris Eubank, so then she elongates. No, hold on, no, listen, no, hold on. Okay, so she elongates. I then become Rain Man. So I go like this. I'm looking at that. I'm not looking at that because I know the devil lives within. Luke chapter 17, verse 21. The kingdom of God is within. The kingdom of God is within. So the devil is also in you. Or the lust, or the negative, or the greed. It's all in you. It's all in you. It's not outside of you. It's in you. I've got that devil or that negative. Get behind me, devil. Get behind me. I ain't doing you. I know what you are. You're destructive. Yeah, you live in regret when you do the things that it wants. No. So again, adultery, it is the thought. Remember, Rain Man. And when she walks past this way, then I go about my business. I see another, so I'm walking. I see another one. She go past? All right then, okay. I'm getting on with my life. It's within you. The devil is within you, so you can feed it. Oh, look, Eva, look. And then you are sowing yourself into negative energy. You want to stay in the positive. Mm-hmm. You want to be like me, always sweating, always warm, and always suave.
I think we've got time for one very, very quick last question. Any?
Please.
You there, sir. Thank you. We could try and keep it brief, please. We've got a couple of minutes left.
Thank you so much for coming. I was just wondering that a lot of people who have faith or are spiritual, it's not always like a smooth path. A lot of times they may
smooth.
It's like a lot of time people may like question their faith, or maybe at points in their life they lose their faith. I was just wondering if you've ever had moments like this and how you've dealt with it.
How I've dealt with what moments?
Moments where you've maybe questioned your faith, or if you've maybe been close to losing your faith.
Losing it? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. You'd have to be a. Okay, let me bring it in. I would have to be a fool to question my faith. My faith is so strong. I told you, it's so. If you want success, get closer to the Christ inside of you. The closer you get, the easier things become. Me losing faith, that's like me taking my clothes off, all my clothes off, and walking out back to the car naked. Oh, guys, don't worry about me, I'm okay. It's mad. Could I never, dreadlocks? Could I never? Faith. I'm the living faith. The living. You cannot find anyone more positive than me, because I am, as I said, I can't tell which is which. Which is which? So it's always love, objectivity. Who am I looking at? I'm looking at God. I'm looking at myself. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. All these scriptures you hear me reciting, they're all from the book, and no one can deny them. Everyone says, yeah, well, it's normal. It's normal, but you're not practicing. Practice it. There's nothing I haven't won. I've won everything. Even my age. I'm 33. No, but I don't know why you're laughing. You see, so here's the thing. There's no way you can tell me I'm not 33. I know I'm 33. What you're looking at in Wikipedia, I don't care. That's not what the Christ does. So you've heard the term quantum leaping. You've heard the term metaphysics. There's no way you can tell me I'm any more than 33 years old. I know I'm 33. That's metaphysics. I will fight a man who would say, well, you're not. Fight him. I'm 33. Now, that's why I look exactly the age I said I was. Again, I'm not a comedian. I don't do the stand-up. I don't do stand-up comedy. You laugh because it's true, not because it's funny. There was one gentleman here. I want to get this guy here. What is it? Just tell me.
Yeah.
My first question is, how did you get
Rastafari.
Pass the microphone down. There's a microphone coming.
Okay. Last question, yeah.
Yep.
the word is living in you? And obviously, like, in a practical way, what steps did you take to develop your faith or to get into the spirit, as you say? Because, like, yeah.
Go in. Look at what's going on outside and know that that cannot help you. You have to go in. Find out about who you are. The Bible, by the way, Jesus Christ plays all the characters. Who hasn't heard that before? So everyone knows that, okay, Jesus plays all the characters because Jesus is your state of mind. All the stories you're reading are stories of what's happening in the minds of people, and you are people. This is what happened to Job. This is what happened to Moses. They're all Jesus. Jesus is playing all the characters. So So that's why it is the greatest story that's ever been told. Rastafari.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chris. If you give Chris one more round of applause.